Hey guys, in the last video I made kind of an off-the-cuff comment around strawberries and their prices here in New Zealand for new plants due to the really wet winter and growing season we had. The propagators and the people haven't been able to really get enough plants for circulation into, I guess, normal backyard gardening. Most of them have gone to commercial gardening, so we'll be able to buy strawberries from the supermarkets this year, but maybe growing your own will be harder or more expensive if you're putting in a new bed. So we've got to look after the old beds we have, which is what I'm going to do today. I'll turn you around and show you what we're looking at. That's a peanut. Well, not that there's peanut. And baby figs. I don't know if you can see them. I'm quite short. Just they're on the branches. Yum. I have 2 strawberry planters in my backyard. One in this big barrel and one in a tower, which I'll take you over and show you. I think that's when I showed you last week. But you can see that these are all coming back. So that's really great. We've got growth in here. Nice green bits there. That's the other one over here with a tiny bit of green in there in the crown. So the rest of them have come back quite nicely. There may be a gap in here. No. Looking okay. The aim of today is to clean up all this brown stuff and put some food down and some mulch for them. So over here, look, there's some ranunculus. They're super pretty. I really love the yellow ones, my favourite ones. But anyway, Distraction City. I've got some plants here, replacement plants. These are day neutral Monterey strawberries from Incredible Edibles, and these are Camrosa. So I've got some replacement plants there. I did spring for them. This one here, 4 plants for $15, and this one here was $19.95 for 6. I was in a store the other day and I saw one plant for $9, so I'm glad I got them earlier. I have in here some pine needles. They are brown. They're great for mulching. Pine needles, when they're green, are really acidic. In theory, there shouldn't be much acidity left in these brown needles, but there is some flexibility in some of them, so which is going to be great to put on the soil. Strawberries like a sort of an acidic type of soil. It's much like blueberries. I've got in here a strawberry food bag, which has been a little bit nibbled, so we'll work that through the soil as well. And then we'll put these on. This helps when you've got strawberry berries on there, not rest on the dirt. So yeah, they kind of get clean and ants don't get to them as much. So yeah, that's kind of the name of what we're going to do today. I really like strawberries. I like them when you come down sort of in the afternoon when you finish work, or even at lunchtime when you're taking a break if you're working from home. You know, when the sun's out and you pick them and they're warm and they're sweet and they're yum. That's my favourite. So I'm really looking forward to doing a better job with my strawberries this year. Because I think given the rarity of the plants, or the expense of the plants too, I think they're going to be more expensive in the supermarket. So yeah, if I've got some here and all it takes is a little bit of TLC, I'm going to do it. And here's Tom's letters. He's been doing something out here, I don't know. Our Kiwi backyard, shared by a gardener and weird person called Tom. He's pretty cool. Alrighty, first job is to just clean up all of these little brown bits. I've just got some clippers, and most of them you can sort of just pull off, but the ground in here is just a little bit wet, so I don't really want to pull off things too hard. I don't want to pull the plants out the ground. This is the 3rd year these plants have been in. They got a bit of TLC last year, but I didn't really do much with them after that. So we're just going to cut off all the brown stuff, chuck it on the ground behind me for the lawnmower to pick up. But as you can see, the crown of the strawberry plant just here is planted above the soil, which is great, and we've got all the new growth coming out from the middle, so it looks pretty happy. And I've got one just in here that's got a little bit of green coming out the middle, which is awesome. So I don't think we're going to have to replace any in here, which is very cool. Right, so we've cleaned off most of the old stuff. I'll just pin that back down. And I found I've got lots of little ones. I don't think they came from runners, or if they did, I didn't see it happen, because normally I just pin them down. But yeah, anyway, we've got plenty of plants in here to have a great harvest this season, provided we look after it. So I'm going to do a bit of a sprinkle with the strawberry food. Just pretty stinky. Just kind of scratch it in. We've got loads more rain due, which is good because it'll help dissolve all this stuff. Give it a bit of a boost. And then we've got these pine sticks, these pine needles that are on the end of some fallen pine that we gathered from around by the pony club at our place. So yeah, I'm just going to pull them off, not get too precious about it, and just lay them in there. And then when, oh, these ones are already done, and just kind of settle them around the plants. If there's any growth that needs to come up through, no problem, they will. So yeah, this is what I'm going to do for my mulch and my strawberries this year. The first year I used pea straw, and the pea straw looked so pretty, and then that night it was windy, and in the morning there was no more pea straw. And then I did nothing last year because I was being lazy, and the soil dried out heaps in the short chances that it did get. But yeah, it was just the soil was too dry, and the strawberries had nothing to really rest on. So yeah, I didn't think that was necessarily the best thing to repeat this year. So my mum said, use pine needles when you go for a walk, grab some and put them under them. And that's what I'm going to do this year. And there, as you can see, we have cleaned the strawberries up, given them some food, and given them a mulch. Now I will give them a light water just to get everything going through, settle these down a little bit, and then start to wash that fertilizer in. And then we'll go and we'll tend to the strawberry tower. So yeah, I don't know, what do you guys use for your mulch? Pea straw, or pine needles, or something else? Pop it in the comments below. If you think there's something better, that'll be awesome. We'll try it next year. There you go, all mulched. Looks pretty good from this angle too. Maybe just some quick info on pine needles. They are acidic when they're green. Strawberries like acidic soil, but if you put just straight green pine needles on here, you're going to get nitrogen leaching out of your soil, because the pine needles will use the nitrogen in your soil to help break down, and while you get acidic release, which is great, you then get a nitrogen deficient soil. So yeah, maybe if you didn't want to feed it and you wanted to use just all natural stuff, mix your brown and green together, pine needles, and you should be okay. But yeah, just some information I've read. There you go. Now let's go sort out the strawberry planter, or the tower that needs a lot more work. So here is the strawberry planter. I've had this for about 9 years. It's on a serious lean, but it's okay. And I've replaced, oh look, there's a bee. They are here. I don't know if you can see it. I hope so. Anyway, squirrel. This one here is just a treated, maybe non-treated, I don't know, it's starting to break down, so I'd say non-treated strawberry tower. It's got the holes cut in. We've got some strawberry plants, and we've got some spaces where they've died. This has dropped heaps. So what I'm going to do is lift these ones, so dig them out, clean them up, put some more potting mix back in, put a stake down the middle, because when I put a stake in the middle I can take it out and put water down so it waters all the way around. And then just see what I need to replace around the outsides. Clearly one's got to go in there, so we'll do all that, feed them, and then the strawberry planter will be ready. I'm going to have to also move these, because I'm fairly sure having these leaning up against it isn't a good look for the leaning situation here. So yeah, that's going to be job number 2 for strawberries. Like, in terms of lifting, it's really nothing that is that technical. Mum just generally puts her spade in and just digs them up, so that's what we shall do too. And they're coming up pretty easily because this is quite wet. Yeah, I'm trying to do it one-handed. Just trying not to disturb the crowns. Here we go. And here is the first lot. So I'm going to put them on the side of the trampoline until I'm ready to tend to them. Alrighty, and here they all are. There is 1, 2. This is 2, so I'm gonna split this crown. This one is one giant one all on its own. So we'll give that a tidy up. And whoop, and around here, this is the first one we pulled out. 2 in here as well that need a good tidy up, and the grass pulled out. So we can split this one as well into 2. So we'll get 5 plants, maybe 6. Here's what's left, a big hole. So I'm going to put some more plants in here. You can see my fingers. Put some more plants in here, in the holes that are easy to access. Now it's empty. Move these, pull the dead stuff out from around the other ones. Like down here, there's one I can chuck in. Down there's one I can put in here. Top this one up, replant, stake and mulch. And then, yeah, if you do like strawberries and you like what we're doing here and you like watching what we're doing here, maybe think about giving this a cheeky like or subscribe and leave a comment about what you're doing in your garden and where you are in the world, because we're here in New Zealand coming into spring. You could be somewhere else going into a completely different season. Yeah, that would be cool. Anyway, back to it. These are the Camarosa ones. Chuck them in one of the holes we've got in here. Might have to just break this off a little bit. There's definitely space in there. And the thing about chucking them in is you just got to be really careful not to break the crown. I'm going to get a landscape staple and just put it in, just to keep it in there. That's the crown. And yeah, they should dangle and grow nicely. So that's basically what I'm going to do all the way around here. So while Tom is holding this, I'm also going to, before we put anything else in the top and fill it up, we're going to feed halfway down. This will help get stuff down to the strawberries underneath that need it. Mix it in. Then I'm going to give it a good water. But yeah, I'll just go around the side and keep pushing strawberries in and pinning them in, and then I'll show you what we do when we plant on top. So when you're separating your plants, you can just pop them apart. Their roots are all intertwined, but they're basically, we've got 2 strawberry plants that when you plant them will grow as separate little strawberry giving bundles of amazingness. So yeah, I'm going to pop these in the top. I'll show you what that's looking like now. So here we've got freshly planted in the tower. I even did a bit of weeding. Top is all topped up. I've got a bit of food in there, and I haven't topped it right up because there's obviously a lot of soil on some of these older established plants. So while I will knock some off and I'll fill it in afterwards, I didn't want soil or, you know, spilling down the side. So yeah, with these ones that we've just separated, pop them in the soil with their crown above the top soil line, and they should be good to go. There we go, planted, topped up. The crown, you can see, is above the top of the soil. That way the crown won't rot. That's where all the new growth comes from, so you want to keep that nice and high. And I'm going to pop some of my pine needles in here, and then we'll go and plant the rest of the Montereys and this one here and these guys here, and I think I'll pop them in a raised bed somewhere. There we go. These babies are all tucked in nicely. And here in the raised bed I'm going to do 4 per square foot, maybe 6 per square foot and a half, because yeah, I have 6 to put in the garden. That's what I'm going to do. Got some yummy lemon variegated thyme here. Strawberry and thyme go quite nicely together in terms of gardening friends, so the internet would tell me. And after this season, we'll know for ourselves. Okay, so I've got 1 Camarosa. Again, pop him in so his crown is above the soil. And then I've got these 4 Monterey ones here. Let's pop that in there. So not really square foot gardening but it gives me a chance to put, I don't know, some more stuff in here. We'll see how they go. So there you go, that's strawberries set up for the season, fingers crossed. 3 ways, 1.5 a wine barrel. It's plastic, it's not really wine. It smell good if it was. The leaning tower of strawberries, and in the raised bed. So we'll grow them 3 ways this year, see how lucky we get with them. I'm really hoping lots of big fat juicy strawberries, but I guess it's all on me, right? Making sure that they're fed and watered and taken care of. So yeah, thanks for watching. How are you growing yours this year? Be cool to know. Bye. Here's one of the girls. I think that's Butter. You're laying an egg, Butter. I leave you to it. Bye.